Growth is the goal of every successful business, but for many leaders, it often feels like a double-edged sword. You want to see your team and business thrive, yet you find yourself in the middle of every decision, every process, and every outcome. Today, I'm going to show you how to lead differently, how to create systems, empower others, and shift from being the bottleneck to becoming the enabler of momentum. Let's dive in. In my early leadership years, I wore my involvement like a badge of honor. If a deal needed vetting, I was there. If a project required approvals, I was the gatekeeper, right? I thought I was being thorough, protecting the business and ensuring everything met my standards. But over time, I noticed a troubling pattern. Projects moved slower. My team hesitated to make decisions without me. And the bigger issue? I was exhausted, constantly buried in the weeds of the day-to-day operations. Does that sound familiar? Right? See, this is a trap many leaders fall into. You intentionally become the bottleneck when growth is tied to your direct involvement. Every decision waits for you. Every initiative relies on your approval. And while that may seem like control, it's actually a lack of it. Here's the truth. If you want to drive sustainable growth, you need to build a team and a system that doesn't rely on your constant oversight. Growth isn't about how much you can personally handle. It's about how well you equip others to lead and succeed without you. This is where I learned the power of systems. See, systems allow your organization to function independently while staying aligned with your vision. They create a framework for decision-making, accountability, and execution that doesn't require your constant input. But systems alone aren't enough. You need leaders, growth champions who can drive results, think critically, and fuel progress on their own. This requires trust, development, and a willingness to step back so they can step forward. Let's talk about how to make this happen. First, you got to design a decision-making framework. You got to create clarity around which decisions require your input and which your team can handle independently. The clearer the boundaries, the more confident your team will be in owning their responsibilities. For instance, focus on the importance of empowering teams with guidelines rather than micromanaging them. Instead of being the approver of every client pitch, set the expectation for what success looks like and let your leaders execute. Second, develop growth champions. Growth champions are the culture carriers of your business. They embody your values, advocate your vision, and inspire their teams to perform at their best. These leaders don't just follow instructions, they take ownership. Start by investing in their development. Equip them with the tools and training they need to succeed. Encourage them to think like owners and make decisions with confidence. Third, implement systems that scale. See, systems should be designed to streamline workflows, minimize redundancies, and create consistency. Whether it's a playbook for onboarding clients, a project management framework, or a leadership development program, systems remove friction and enable efficiency. One of the best things I ever did was to step back from being the sole approver of every major decision and instead implement a structured review process. See, by the time something came to me, 90% of the work was already done. And my role became about refining, not starting from scratch. When you stop being the bottleneck, incredible things happen. Your team becomes more proactive, taking ownership of challenges and finding solutions without waiting for your direction. You regain, in return, the mental space to focus on strategic priorities, long-term vision, and opportunities that truly move the needle forward. In my book, Freedom to Experiment, I shared how stepping back from constant oversight transformed not just my team's performance, but my own effectiveness. It wasn't easy, I'll be honest with you at first. I had to let go of the need to control everything. But what I gained was far greater. a team that didn't just rely on me, but thrived because of the trust I placed in them. So what's your next step? Take a moment to reflect. Where are you still the bottleneck? What systems can you implement to create more clarity and consistency? And most importantly, how can you empower your leaders to rise to the challenge? If this resonates with you, I want to invite you to learn more about my proven growth champion method. This isn't about theory. It's about practical, actionable steps to build leaders who can drive growth, think independently, and elevate your business. Click on the link below to learn more. If you're not ready to think about leadership at this level, let me at least buy you a copy of my book, Freedom to Experiment: How to Ignite a New Level of Energy, Focus, and Momentum in Yourself and Your Team. All I ask is that you pay for shipping and handling. Follow the link in the description if you're interested, and I'll personally sign a copy for you. All right, if you found value in what I shared today, do me a favor. Give it a like, drop a comment below related to your business, and of course, subscribe, because each week I'm sharing content to help you and your team embrace change, focus your efforts, and accelerate results. Remember this: you're just one idea away. I hope to talk to you soon.